What's going on, guys? Happy holidays. Kurt here with Kurt's Card Care, and working on one of my hometown guys here. We got Cade today, and like when I hold the card like this, you guys are like, looks really good, right? I mean, like, I know we look at corners, we see a little touch of white, but like there's no bends. It just looks overall pretty good. I really think that I've just noticed that I think the PSA BGS has been grading cards really tight, and I think it's because they're just, probably looking at them extra tight. You can barely see it right now, but there's the main issues I see in here, like light can be tricky. Sometimes you can't see anything. Other times you can. So like there's a lot of little scuffs in here and it's hard to see. So let me do this. I'm gonna take you guys up here. And I'm gonna show you a couple things real quick. I'm just using my new scope. And I'm gonna give you a quick demo here. I have it dialed in real detailed. But like, I couldn't really see much with the naked eye, right? Looked pretty good. But now look at lots of scuffs in there. Get down here. Lots of scuffs in here. I can't even see this in the light really. And there. All right. So this card is in overall really good condition, and I just want to see if we can get those. See, because you guys, with like my polish, sometimes it does work on like, those print lines and stuff like that, but this stuff is really like ideal. This, I would never market like my products as this is a scratch remover. Scratches don't really come out, but when you got that little weird stuff like that, it usually does a pretty darn good job. So here's what we'll do. We'll just do this. We'll do it all in one take. We'll polish up the front, and then we'll take a look at it under the scope. And I've been enjoying the heck out of the scope. It just gives me a really good idea of just what damage can look like at a real close view. So I've been enjoying it so far. So let's just stick to the foil up here. I'm gonna apply and just wipe off quickly. If you guys ever are working with my polish here, the Kurt's Card Care polish, pressure and muscle is not part of any of this. All you guys have to do is just put a little bit on the trouble area and remove it quickly. If it ever dries up, I've had a lot of new customers lately, guys, so thanks for the support and the love. I appreciate it. And it takes, just like any tool, you got to get used to it. You see how I remove it quickly? That's what I want you guys to do too. If it ever dries on your card, don't be scared. It's not like an oily based product, so it's not going to stain your card, but if it dries on there hard and you're like, oh my god, I can't get it off, just put a little fresh polish on top. So if any dries, just put a little on top and you'll be fine. There's a lot of little delicate foils on this card, so I'm not using any of my cleaning spray. That's a little bit stronger, and that's good for removing stuff off the surface, and I don't want to remove anything off the surface of this card. I want to just make it shiny. Try to see if we can get rid of some of that dead plastic. Looks pretty good. All right, let me lay it under the scope. I just want to see if we can get some of that junk out of there. All right, let's go back up. That's why this thing is so kick-ass, you guys. Like, I think this thing was like 130 bucks or something like that. Like, that is so helpful. Now I can still see a little bit of faint up in there, but you see how the polish was really good at just wiping that dead plastic out of there? I can still see a little bit in there, so I'll go after that again. But I just want to really give you guys an example of remember that nasty one that was going by his face? Totally gone. And I love this because I don't have to worry about like angles, like, oh, it's different angle, it's different shot, it's like, sometimes that can trick me too. So this thing is like the game changer. There's no room for like photo errors, like it's all from one perspective. And even from this light, I can still see that thing on there a little bit. Let's just do it again. I'm sure if I always try to be mindful of your time, guys, and I don't want to make the demonstrations too long, but I think this is just cool, and I wanted to share this one with you. Really, the main trouble I see on this one is just these little foil spots. On these rookie tickets, you guys, I always suggest to, like, they make a lot of variations. You know, this is like the finals, so that's an of 49. There's other ones, there's cracked ice, there's base, all that stuff. Since everybody, you know, collects these and enjoys these, buy a couple base cards before you work on them, you guys. All of these contenders have a lot of different materials based on like what version it is. So my advice is get a couple to practice on, but this foil is pretty resilient, right? So I know I'm like splitting hairs and I'm looking at it under major magnification, but just see how the polish like kind of gets rid of that noise. Now let's go up here. Let's do it again, because there ain't no hiding when it comes to this thing. All right, back to the scope. Good view, cool. All right, try to zoom in a little bit. That first trouble area was all right in there. All we did was 2 applications of the polish, and that little light stuff pretty much reduced all the way out of there. Let's go to the other side. It's awesome. Much better, right? So that's the use of this cool new digital microscope I got, you guys, and it gives you just a close look of, you know, when you're working on surface issues, always use good lighting, good magnification. I know the grading companies are, because you look at a card like this and think it was you know, perfect right off the bat, but then when you take a little closer look, there was a lot of little stuff going on. So I hope this helps you guys, and I send my absolute best to you this holiday season. Thanks for all the love and support. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.